I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. Jack Smith, the federal prosecutor in the special prosecution case against Trump, has filed a motion with Judge Eileen down in St. Petersburg, Florida, asking for a gag order to stop Trump from spreading lies and misstatements regarding the raid on Mar-a-Lago was really a covered up hit job, that the FBI agents went into Mar-a-Lago to kill Trump, and they alleged that their purpose was to recover documents. And so Trump's out there everywhere now telling everybody that they put out a hit on him. I'm going to let you listen to one of the MSNBC's reporters kind of outline this. A little bit long, but it really is. Trump is now alleging, by the way, Eileen Cannon is justice down in St. Petersburg, Florida, and she refused to gag Trump, who's now saying that that Joe Biden put out a hit on Tribulation Trump. Go ahead, Ms. Engineer.
A shocking new revelation. Pay close attention to this.
It is quite shocking what we have been able to glean based on what Judge Cannon has released.
Newly released court documents revealing shocking details about the FBI's August 2022 raid on Mar-a-Lago. If you turned on Fox News in the past 24 hours, odds are you heard that there is a shocking new revelation that just came out of some newly unsealed court filings in Donald Trump's classified documents case. Today, one of Trump's co-defendants in that case, his body man, Walt Nauta, was in court trying to get the case tossed out, which wasn't all that shocking. What was shocking were the two never-before-seen photos we got from one of the newly unsealed filings showing Walt Nauta moving boxes all around Mar-a-Lago. But that wasn't the revelation that shocked Fox News. No. These newly unsealed filings also contain the revelation that classified documents were found in Donald Trump's bedroom 4 months after the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago. But again, nothing from Fox News on that revelation. Instead, the revelation that shocked Fox News was this.
Biden's politicized Attorney General Merrick Garland at Joe Biden's weaponized DOJ actually authorized, get this, the use of deadly force during that August 2022 raid at Mar-a-Lago.
Now, the issue here is that this is not true. The language in the Mar-a-Lago search warrant was boilerplates, words used in every FBI search warrant. It wasn't slipped in by the Department of Justice for this one search. But yesterday, after these filings were unsealed, here was the fundraising email Donald Trump sent his followers. It's just been revealed that Biden's DOJ was authorized to use deadly force for their despicable raid in Mar-a-Lago. You know they're just itching to do the unthinkable. Joe Biden was locked and loaded, ready to take me out. Reality would suggest otherwise. The FBI used kid gloves when they searched Mar-a-Lago. The agency informed the Secret Service in advance of its search. They used plainclothes officers to spare Trump as much embarrassment as possible. And crucially, they planned this search for when they knew Trump was in New York, more than 1,000 miles away. Despite all of those facts, right-wing media is picking up this lie that Joe Biden wanted to kill Donald Trump down at Mar-a-Lago, and they are running with it.
This was an attempted assassination attempt on Donald John Trump.
Why was Merrick Garland prepping for a possible, shootout? Why did agents roll up, guns at the ready?
Maybe they wanted the engagement of physical force, deadly force. Does that mean that Joe Biden was authorizing the FBI to if it came to that and he resisted arrest, it would be okay to kill Donald Trump?
It's not just right-wing media that's pushing this lie. Congressman Paul Gosar tweeted, Biden ordered the hit on Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted, the Biden DOJ and FBI were planning to assassinate President Trump and gave the green light. President Biden was not trying to kill his political rival. But you know who doesn't think that's a bad idea? Donald Trump. His lawyers literally argued before the Supreme Court that as president, Donald Trump should be allowed to assassinate his political rivals. And where was the right-wing shock then? Donald Trump's campaign against the Justice Department and the FBI has led to violence as well as threats against judges and law enforcement. And now Trump is claiming that the FBI and the Biden administration were out to kill him during the 2022 search of Mar-a-Lago. That is not a theory that is based in fact, but the consequences of it could very well be real. Here was Senator Chuck Schumer on the floor of the Senate today.
What Donald Trump said, falsely suggesting his political opponents are out to kill him, is beyond the pale and is the stuff that leads to political violence. Everyone who was here on January 6th should immediately see what he's doing, what Donald Trump is doing, using conspiracy theories to spin the hard right into a frenzy. This is how people get killed, how the seeds of political violence are sowed, and how people lose faith in this democracy. Donald Trump has no regard for that.
Joining me now is Congressman Dan Goldman, Democrat of New York. He served as, of course, lead counsel in Trump's first impeachment.
All right, I think that you've seen enough, you've digested enough of this Fox News reporting about that. And Marjorie Taylor Greene said that Joe Biden planned to assassinate Donald Trump. And Paul Gosar said similar to that. And of course, Sean Hannity and others on Fox News were intimating that that raid was nothing more than a cover-up for Biden and the Department of Justice, Merrick Garland and all that crowd, planning on putting out a hit on Trump. And, I don't think that it's lost on anybody that they were able to generate these kinds of events and stories. I don't have a dog in this fight, but I do think that it was very dangerous for Trump and for Fox News. It's very careless of them. It's very unprofessional of them, because now you have people's lives at stake who work for the FBI or Department of Justice, where some of Trump's supporters might actually digest this and say Biden was trying to kill him. And so let's kill FBI agents. There was a shooting out in Ohio a year ago now, probably, where an FBI training ground or FBI headquarters in Ohio, where the shooter was killed because he started shooting. He attacked the compound. And the same thing down in Bulkhead, Atlanta, not long ago as well. We didn't hear exactly what happened finally on that matter. But I think it was reckless of Fox News to report that, and for congresspersons. I don't, listen, let me tell you something. Joe Biden is no saint. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. He is no saint. He ain't anywhere near being one. And in many ways, his hands are bloody, and his teeth are too. His hands are dirty, and his teeth are bloody. But my concern is not for Biden or Trump. My concern is for innocent people who could get killed as a result of such rhetoric going on. But then on the other hand, I have to back up and be the theologian I am, right? And say, these things are expected to happen. Jesus prophesied there'd be kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, kings killing kings, nations killing nations. Jesus said it. So I put my newscaster's hat on and give some commentary about what I thought was reckless and unprofessional and careless and very dangerous to report this. And I have to step back and put my theologian hat on and say, but this is what's going to happen. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You're not going to be able to live in a much better world and a much better humanity or society. And then, my friends, listen. Today they're arguing, closing arguments on the hush money trial here in New York City. And Trump has about 50 protesters outside of the courtyard. This is the first group of protesters in the past 4 or 5 weeks that the Trump trial has been going on, but they're there today. And no matter what the verdict is, if the verdict comes down that Trump is acquitted, you're going to see all of the dark recesses of Hades break loose with a sense of we are in power, that's it. But if he comes down with a guilty verdict, you're going to see the same powers break loose, but there's going to be there's going to be there are going to be people that are going to die if there's a guilty verdict. They're innocent people. And that's why this is so careless and reckless what Fox News has done. If there's a guilty verdict, you're going to see innocent people die. And if people really who would otherwise would have a great life if there's a guilty verdict. If there is a hung jury where we might get something in between, but there'll be no peace in the valley. There'll be no peace in the valley with this matter of the hush money trial. And we don't know whether or not any other trials will take place before the election. And then after that, we got to then contend with the election. If Trump wins, everybody's saying he's going to be a dictator. He's going to turn America into a small, if you will, dictatorial, if you will, plateau, or to use a term, probably not fitting. And if he loses, there's going to be another, if you will, stop the steal. And there are a number of people to this very day, 4 years after the January 20th event, January 6th event, still do not believe that the election was a legal election.